students, in last lecture we have studied the formation of male gamete. Now in today's lecture we are going to study how the oogenesis is taking place in the ovary. As we know, ovary is the primary female sex organ present in the female body, and in ovary the female gamete, that is called as ovum or egg, is produced, and that production of this ovum or egg or the female gamete, that process is called as the oogenesis. So here it is a process of formation of female gametes, that is ovum or egg. Here it takes place in the female gonad called as a ovary. Each ovary, as we know, pair of ovaries are there. Each ovary is lined by germinal epithelial cells. So here each ovary is lined by germinal epithelial cells, and these germinal epithelial cells show different stages of oogenesis. They are undergo oogenesis to produce the ovum. So here likewise spermatogenesis, the oogenesis is also showing different phases, and these phases are: first is the multiplication phase, second is the growth phase, and third is the maturation phase. As we have studied in the spermatogenesis, this process is the same. So here these are different diagrammatic representation of the process oogenesis. As we have studied in first is the multiplication phase. In spermatogenesis, primordial germ cells are producing spermatogonia. Same here also, primary germ cells, here PGC diploid. These primary germ cells undergo mitotic division and they are forming number of oogonia. As we have seen here, primary germ cells are producing number of oogonia. This is the first phase, multiplication phase. Now the second phase here is the growth phase. Here each oogonium is growing in size, they getting food, they are accumulating food, and they are forming here large sized structure, and that oogonium is converted into primary oocyte. This is called as the primary oocyte, which is also diploid. And then the third phase here, maturation phase. This primary oocyte undergoes meiotic first division, and they are forming here two cells. But there is a difference between spermatogenesis and oogenesis at this stage. As we know, the primary spermatocytes are producing two secondary spermatocytes in spermatogenesis. But here in oogenesis, primary oocyte is not producing two secondary oocytes. There is only formation of single oocyte, because here the first meiotic division, the karyokinesis is taking place, but there is no equal cytokinesis taking place. So here the two cells are formed, one is larger cell and one is a smaller cell, because there is cytoplasmic division is unequal. Most of the cytoplasm is acquired by this cell, and very less cytoplasm is getting to second cell, and therefore it is showing nucleus with 23 chromosome. It is also showing nucleus with 23 chromosome, means karyokinesis equal. क्रोमोझोमचं इक्वल डिव्हिजन होतं, पण सायटोप्लाझमचं अनइक्वल डिव्हिजन होतं, and due to unequal cytoplasmic division there is formation of one large cell and one small cell. That large cell, it is called as a secondary oocyte, which is haploid, and the smaller cell, it is called as a first polar body. So here you can see first polar body, means from primary oocyte, after meiotic first division, there is formation of two unequal cells. Karyokinesis is completed, that is equal chromosomal division takes place, but unequal cytoplasmic division is taking place, and there is formation of a large cell, that is called as a secondary oocyte, and small cell is called as a first polar body. And then the second meiotic division is taking place again in the same way. Here from this secondary oocyte, meiosis second takes place. Again one large cell is formed and one small cell is formed, and from this polar body again two polar bodies are formed. So in total there three polar bodies are formed and one large cell is formed, that is called as a ovum. So this is the main difference in the maturation phase of the spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Spermatogenesis मध्ये मात्र सायटोप्लाझमिक डिव्हिजन आणि न्यूक्लियर डिव्हिजन एकसारखेच होते, त्यामुळे एका प्रायमरी स्पर्मॅटोसाइट पासून दोन सेकंडरी स्पर्मॅटोसाइट तयार होतात, आणि त्या 2 पासून 4 स्पर्म तयार होतात. पण इथं मात्र एका ओव्होनियमपासून एकच ओव्हम तयार होतो, 4 ओव्हम तयार होत नाहीत. ही महत्त्वाची गोष्ट इथे लक्षात घ्यायची आहे. स्पर्मॅटोजेनेसिसमध्ये एका स्पर्मॅटोगोनियमपासून 4 स्पर्म तयार होतो, पण oogenesisमध्ये एका ओव्होनियमपासून एकच ओव्हम किंवा एकच एग तयार होतो, 4 तयार होत नाहीत. ही व्यवस्थित लक्षात ठेवायची गोष्ट आपल्याला. सो हिअर फ्रॉम दिस प्रायमरी oocyte आफ्टर meiosis first secondary oocyte is formed and one polar body is formed, and in second meiosis again one large sized cell is formed that is called as ovum and 3 polar bodies are formed. So in this way the oogenesis process is getting completed. Now so we have to see in the details. So here during this oogenesis the development is occurring in the ovary also. So here the follicle development is shown and here the oogenesis process is shown. So what happens here, mitotically oogonia are formed and many oocytes are arrested in prophase first. So here what happens, you see before birth this oogonia are formed and when onset of puberty takes place, one of the follicle or one of the primary oocyte is getting developed, getting matured, and after meiosis first secondary oocyte is formed, polar body is formed, and when fertilization is taking place this secondary oocyte is not completed meiotic second division. When it completes its second division after entry of sperm, so here meiosis second completed only in fertilized. जर फर्टिलायझेशन झालं तरच हे पुढचं तयार होतं, जर फर्टिलायझेशन झालं नाही तर आहे हा सेकंडरी oocyte काय केला जातो, डिजनरेट केला जातो आणि मेन्स्ट्रुअल सायकल थ्रू तो वजायनामधून बाहेर टाकला जातो. सो हिअर सेकंडरी oocyte अरेस्टेड इन द मेटाफेज सेकंड ओव्ह्युलेटेड. इथं ओव्ह्युलेशन होतं बघा, हा ओव्ह्युलेशन झालेला आहे. अँड व्हेन स्पर्म इज एंटर्ड, फर्टिलायझेशन इज टेकिंग प्लेस, देन देयर इज फॉर्मेशन ऑफ ओव्हम अँड अगेन some polar body. So these are the different developmental changes in the formation of ovum. And side by side here what happens in the ovary, primordial follicle is there and this primordial follicle is converted into primary follicle, secondary follicle, tertiary follicle, that is called as a mature follicle, Graafian follicle. When ovulation occurs this empty Graafian follicle is converted into corpus luteum, and if the fertilization taking place this corpus luteum secretes progesterone. If no fertilization corpus luteum converts into corpus albicans. So here one by one we have to study the different phases. First is the multiplication phase. Primary germ cells or germinal epithelial cells of the ovary undergo repeated mitotic division to form large number of oogonia. Same in the spermatogenesis we have seen, there spermatogonia are formed, here oogonia are formed. But difference is that this development, that is production of oogonia, is taking place during the embryonic developmental stage within the each fetal ovary. फरक एवढाच आहे बघा, इथं मेल बॉडीमध्ये स्पर्मेटोगोनिया कधी तयार होतात, आफ्टर ऑनसेट ऑफ प्युबर्टी. तो मुलगा वयात आल्यानंतर त्याच्यामध्ये स्पर्मेटोगोनिया तयार होतात. बट इन केस ऑफ फिमेलच्या बाबतीमध्ये बघितलं तर फिमेल बेबी जे आहे म्हणजे ती मुलगी आईच्या पोटामध्ये वाढत असताना तिचा गर्भ ज्या वेळेला वाढत असतो त्यावेळेला एम्ब्रियॉनिक कंडिशनमध्येच ह्या oogonia तयार झालेल्या असतात. म्हणजे मुलगी जन्माला आल्यानंतर oogonia तयार होत नाहीत, त्या अगोदरच तयार होतात. सो हिअर बाय रिपीटेड मायटोटिक डिव्हिजन लार्ज नंबर ऑफ oogonia आर फॉर्म्ड ड्युरिंग एम्ब्रियॉनिक डेव्हलपमेंट विदिन ईच फिटल ओव्हरी म्हणलेलं आहे. दोन्हीही ओव्हरीमध्ये ड्युरिंग द एम्ब्रियॉनिक कंडिशन these oogonia आर फॉर्म्ड. नो मोर oogonia आर फॉर्म्ड अँड ॲडेड आफ्टर बर्थ. जन्मानंतर, मुलीच्या जन्मानंतर कोणत्याही प्रकारची oogonia तिथं तयार होत नाहीत किंवा ॲड केले जात नाहीत. सो दॅट वी हॅव टू रिमेंबर. नाव द सेकंड फेज इज द ग्रोथ फेज. व्हॉट हॅपन्स हिअर, सम ऑफ द oogonia स्टॉप डिव्हिजन अँड बिगिन्स टू इन्क्रीज इन साईज अँड फॉर्म प्रायमरी oocyte. जसं तिथं आपण बघितलं प्रायमरी स्पर्मॅटोसाइट तयार होतात ग्रोथ फेजमध्ये, तसंच सेम इथं त्या oogonia काय तयार होतात, प्रायमरी oocyte. अँड दीज oocytes showing cellular organisms like ER, Golgi apparatus and mitochondria increase in number. So here in primary oogonia or the primary oocyte, here the increase in number of ER, Golgi apparatus and mitochondria are taking place and the growth of oogonium is taking place and primary oocyte is formed. Now in third stage, that is maturation phase, very much important and very much distinctive features are observed during this maturation phase. So every point we have to understand very keenly and you have to listen every point very carefully. So here the primary oocyte enter into the maturation phase, which includes meiotic division. So as we know, this division is meiotic division, and this division is peculiar because the nuclear division is equal but cytoplasmic division is unequal. Why it is very important? Because in this meiotic division which is taking place in the oogenesis, nuclear division is equal but cytoplasmic division is unequal. So here, due to unequal divisions of cytoplasm, two daughter cells are formed. One is large cell which is called as a secondary oocyte and other is a small cell which is called as a first polar body. So here, after meiotic first division, one larger cell is formed, that is called as a secondary oocyte, and one smaller cell is formed, that is called as a first polar body. Now what happens here? The secondary oocyte proceeds further for meiosis second only up to metaphase second, and its division is further stopped or arrested at this stage. So here the meiotic second division is started, but it is not getting completed in the ovary. It is getting arrested at this metaphase second stage. म्हणजे इथं ती सेकंडरी oocyte meiosis second division ला स्टार्ट होते, परंतु meiotic second division तिथं कंप्लीट होत नाही. इट इज गेटिंग अरेस्टेड ॲट द मेटाफेज सेकंड स्टेज. जे प्रोफेज सेकंड कंप्लीट होते आणि मेटाफेज सेकंडच्या स्टेजला आल्यानंतर ती डिव्हिजन तिथं अरेस्ट केली जाते किंवा स्टॉप केली जाते. दिस इज व्हेरी मच इम्पॉर्टंट. सो हियर दिस सेकंडरी oocyte इज रिलीज्ड फ्रॉम द ग्राफियन फॉलिकल ऑफ द ओव्हरी, आणि याच स्टेजला मेटाफेज सेकंड स्टेजला आल्यानंतर ओव्हम म्हणून किंवा एग म्हणून ग्राफियन फॉलिकलमधून तो सेकंडरी oocyte काय केला जातो, रिलीज केला जातो. ॲज वी हॅव सीन इन द मेन्स्ट्रुअल सायकल, 14th day of the menstrual cycle shows ovulation. So here from the Graafian follicle secondary oocyte is getting released, and the completion of the meiosis second will happen only with the entry of the sperm. आणि ही meiotic second division जी मेटाफेज सेकंडला अरेस्ट झालेली आहे कंप्लीट कधी होईल? if the fertilization is taking place, means after the entry of the sperm inside the ovum or inside the secondary oocyte. हा डिफरन्स लक्षात घ्या. इथं ओव्हम किंवा एग म्हणणार नाही, कारण अजून सेकंड डिव्हिजन जी आहे meiosis सेकंड डिव्हिजन ती कंप्लीट झालेली नाही. सो इट इज कॉल्ड ॲज अ सेकंडरी oocyte. ओके, नाव हिअर व्हॉट हॅपन्स, द लास्ट फेज इज युजली completed in the ampulla of the fallopian tube at the time of fertilization. Means here the meiotic second division of the secondary oocyte is completed in the ampulla region of the fallopian tube at the time of fertilization. So here in this division the two unequal daughter cells are formed. Again one large cell that is called as ovum and the small cell that is called as a second polar body. ज्या वेळेला फर्टिलायझेशन होईल त्यावेळेला त्या सेकंडरी oocyteचं meiotic सेकंड डिव्हिजन झाल्यावर पुन्हा दोन सेल तयार होतात. एक लार्जर सेल तयार होते त्याला ओव्हम म्हणलेला आहे, आणि एक स्मॉलर सेल तयार होते त्याला सेकंड पोलर बॉडी म्हणलेला आहे. सो हिअर द ओव्हम इज फॉर्म्ड अँड फंक्शन्स ॲज द फिमेल गॅमेट अँड इट इज रेडी फॉर फर्टिलायझेशन. आणि त्यावेळेला ती फर्टिलायझेशनसाठी रेडी झालेलं आपल्याला बघायला मिळतं. सो देर आर सम डिफरन्स बिटवीन स्पर्मॅटोजेनेसिस अँड oogenesis दॅट वी हॅव टू रिमेंबर. Now, so here in this way, the flow chart of this oogenesis I have drawn. Primordial germ cell undergo mitosis. There is formation of oogonia. 2n is equal to 46. This oogonia shows growth, and there is formation of primary oocyte. These primary oocyte undergo meiosis first division, and there is formation of secondary oocytes and polar body. And these secondary oocyte after meiosis second form the ovum or egg and second polar body. So these are the different sequential events occurring during the oogenesis. We have to remember the difference between spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Here these oogonia are formed before birth of the female baby, while in spermatogenesis the spermatogonia are formed at the onset of puberty. हा दोन्हीमधला फरक आहे तो लक्षात ठेवायचा आहे इथं. So here the next point, structure of secondary oocyte. Just we have seen after completion of spermatogenesis, sperms are formed. After completion of oogenesis, ovum or egg is formed. So what is the structure of that ovum or egg? That we have to study here. In human, unfertilized egg, when ovulated or released from the ovary, it is actually a secondary oocyte. We can't call it as a ovum or egg. जे त्याला आपण डायरेक्टली फिमेल गॅमेट असं म्हणणार नाही. ओव्ह्युलेशन झाल्यानंतर जे रिलीज केलं जातं त्या ओव्हरीमधून, त्या ग्राफिन फॉलिकलमधून, ते स्ट्रक्चर म्हणजे काय असतं, सेकंडरी oocyte असतं. आफ्टर एंट्री ऑफ स्पर्म ॲक्च्युली फिमेल गॅमेट किंवा ओव्हम तिथं तयार होते. सो हिअर वी हॅव टू स्टडी द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ सेकंडरी oocyte. दिस सेकंडरी oocyte इज नॉन क्लिडॉइड. हिअर नॉन क्लिडॉइड म्हणजे विदाऊट शेल, त्याच्यावरती कोणत्याही प्रकारचं शेल किंवा कवच असत नाही. अँड दिस सेकंडरी oocyte इज मायक्रोलेसिथल. व्हॉट इज मीन बाय मायक्रोलेसिथल? यॉक इज प्रेझेंट इन व्हेरी स्मॉल अमाऊंट. त्याच्यामधला यॉक जो आहे, जसं तुम्ही अंडं घेतलं तर अंड्यामध्ये पिवळा पलक असतो आणि पांढरं वर्ण हे असतं बघा, पांढरं सोल्युशन, त्याला यॉक म्हणलं जातं अंड्यातलं. तसंच इथं आपल्याला यॉक बघायला मिळतं, पण इट इज व्हेरी लिटल अमाऊंट. सो इट इज कॉल्ड एज अ मायक्रोलेसिथल. सो दिस सेकंडरी oocyte इज non-clidoid, means without shell, and microlecythal means very small amount of yolk is present. So these two terms we have to remember. The size of this secondary oocyte is about 0.1 micrometer, that is 100 microns in size, very small structure. It is a rounded, non-motile and haploid female gamete. It is rounded and it is non-motile. It is not having any flagella-like structure. So it can't move from one place to another place, so it is non-motile. The nucleus of the egg appears large end, which is called as a germinal vesicle. The nucleus which is present in the egg, it is larger in size and therefore it is called as a germinal vesicle. So here you can see the nucleus of this secondary oocyte, it is called as a germinal vesicle, and it is eccentric. Eccentric means it is not in the center, it is away from the center. So this is the structure of the unfertilized egg or ovum, that is called as a secondary oocyte. So this is the cytoplasm, this is the nucleus, and around the cytoplasm plasma membrane is present, and this plasma membrane it is called as a vitelline membrane. So here this is the vitelline membrane, and in between two vitelline membrane there is a space that is called as a perivitelline space. दोन मेम्ब्रेन असतात, त्याच्यामध्ये जो स्पेस आहे त्याला पेरिव्हायटिलाइन स्पेस म्हणलेला आहे. अराउंड दिस व्हायटिलाइन मेम्ब्रेन नॉन सेल्युलर लेयर इज प्रेझेंट. दिस यू कॅन सी हिअर नॉन सेल्युलर layer is present, and this non-cellular layer is called as a zona pellucida. And around that zona pellucida, cellular layer is present. You can observe here pink colored cells, and this layer is called as a corona radiator. ही जी लेयर आहे त्याला कोरोना रेडिएटर म्हणलेला आहे. आणि इथं तुम्ही बघू शकता हा न्यूक्लियस आहे आणि इथं फर्स्ट पोलर बॉडी आहे. जे हा मोठा जो दिसतोय तो काय आहे, सेकंडरी oocyte, आणि दुसरी जी छोटी सेल तयार झालेली होती ती इथं तुम्ही बघू शकता फर्स्ट पोलर बॉडी. सो दिस इज द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द सेकंडरी oocyte. Central cytoplasm is there, nucleus is there, nucleus is larger and it is eccentric. Eccentric means away from the center. It is called as a germinal vesicle. This is the first polar body. Around that plasma membrane is there, and that plasma membrane is called as a vitelline membrane. There are two vitelline membranes. In between that a space is present, perivitelline space. Around that vitelline membrane, non-cellular layer is present. That non-cellular layer is called as a zona pellucida, and around the zona pellucida, cellular layer is present, which is called as a corona radiator. So this is the structure of unfertilized ovum. So here, typical nucleus or pronucleus is formed at the time of fertilization. Means actually female pronucleus is formed at the time of fertilization. The cytoplasm of the egg is also called as a ooplasm. It is a divide of centriole. The cytoplasm of this secondary oocyte is also called as a ooplasm, which is not showing the presence of centriole. Means centrioles are absent in this secondary oocyte. The egg is surrounded by various coverings. That egg is surrounded by various coverings. Vitelline membrane, which is called as egg membrane. zona pellucida, which is a non-cellular glycoproteinous membrane present on the vitelline membrane. We have to remember it is a non-cellular and it is made up of glycoproteins. Then corona radiata, on the outer surface of zona pellucida, there are several radially elongated cells forming the layer called as a corona radiata. So these are the three different layers which are found on this secondary oocyte, and it is very much important for the structure. Now what happens, you see here, the cells of corona radiata are derived from the innermost layer called as a granulosa cells. So here the secondary oocyte is showing presence of some granulosa cells, and these granulosa cells are forming the corona radiata cells. So here these cells are held together by hyaluronic acid, that is mucopolysaccharide, means the different cells of this corona radiata are held together, they are joined together with the help of a substance that is called as a hyaluronic acid, which is chemically a mucopolysaccharide, and with the help of this hyaluronic acid, the different cells of this corona radiata are attaching together or they are joining together. So here between the vitelline membrane and the zona pellucida, a fluid-filled perivitelline space is present, and the first polar body lies in a space in between the vitelline membrane and zona pellucida. A space is present that is called as a perivitelline space. Around that polar body is present. The egg shows polarity. त्या एगला polarity असते. The side having germinal vesicle, म्हणजे जिथं न्यूक्लियस आहे, फिमेल न्यूक्लियस आपण त्याला म्हणूया. The side having germinal vesicle and first polar body is called as the animal pole, and the opposite side it is called as the vegetal pole. म्हणजे आपण इथं डायग्राम मध्ये बघू शकतोय ही जी साइड आहे जिकडे जर्मिनल वेसिकल किंवा न्यूक्लियस आहे हा ॲनिमल पोल झाला, आणि हा अपोजिट जो पोल आहे त्याला वेजिटल पोल असं म्हटलं जातं. सो दीज आर द डिफरंट पोल्स, याला पोलॅरिटी म्हटलेलं आहे. जसं आपण नॉर्थ पोल साऊथ पोल म्हणतो तसंच टाईपमध्ये इथं पोल आहे. जर्मिनल वेसिकल असणारा हा जो रिजन आहे त्याला ॲनिमल पोल म्हटलं जातं, आणि अपोजिट जो पोल आहे त्याला वेजिटल पोल म्हटलं जातं. सो हिअर we have to see another diagram here. This is the nucleus, the cytoplasm, this is zona pellucida, then vitelline membrane and corona radiata cells. So here in this way we have completed the structure of secondary oocyte, which is unfertilized ovum or unfertilized egg. So related to that there is one question: which of the following layers is an unnatural follicle is acellular? Which of the following layers in an antral follicle, म्हणजे त्या फॉलिकल मधला कुठला लेयर जो आहे तो असेल्युलर आहे असं विचारलेलं आहे. ग्रॅन्युलोसा, थिका इंटरना, स्ट्रोमा आणि झोना पेल्युसिडा. सो कॅन यू गेस द आन्सर? नॉन सेल्युलर लेयर ऑफ द सेकंडरी oocyte. So here is the answer, zona pellucida, which is a non-cellular or acellular layer. Okay, so this is all about the gametogenesis process completed. First lecture we have studied spermatogenesis process, and in this today's lecture we have completed this oogenesis process, how the ovum is produced. There is difference between spermatogenesis and oogenesis. In oogenesis process also different hormonal roles are playing. In females also the gonadotropin releasing hormone or the gonadotropins FSH and LH are actively participating in the process of the formation of this secondary oocyte and development of the primordial follicle into primary, secondary and tertiary follicle, and development of the secondary oocyte. So that we have seen in the many points in the menstrual cycle. We have seen the different roles of this development of this ovum during this menstrual cycle. So in this way, in today's lecture we have completed the process of oogenesis and the structure of secondary oocyte. So gametogenesis is over from this lecture. In next lecture we have to study how the male gamete and female gametes are combined with each other, they are mixing with each other. That is the fertilization process, how it is taking place, that we have to study in the next lecture. Till then, thank you, take care and study hard. Okay.